all the air conditioning guys know how to sort of use the new technology. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sell air conditionings for Baywood, but I'm party to all these horror stories that homeowners have, where somebody comes in and actually wrecks a really expensive motor. Okay? So that motor that you have runs full-time because it uses, see on the slide, 80 watts, as much electricity as a light bulb. What did the old one use? 800 watts. So it's called an electrically commutated motor because it's smart. And again, if it's got a computer in it, you don't want somebody in there messing around with wires if they don't know what they're doing. Okay? So here's a great little list for you guys to see how you can reduce the electrical load in your houses. And Energy Star has this pick list, and a builder's got to get 1,200 kilowatt hours, and you guys got the thing that uses the most. Okay? So that ECM fan motor is saving you 700 kilowatt hours. Okay? So there's a whole bunch of other things in here, and you guys can just use this as sort of a guide. But look, there's the 14 SEER air conditioner. So it's saving electricity. Okay? So what are the other things? Energy Star appliances, the front-loading washer, and again, Les was talking about actually becoming your own little power plant, which makes sense right now.
I need a few of my neighbors.
Yeah, you get a couple of your neighbors together. Yeah.
Should
Okay.
we move over here from Pullman?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Now, this little chart here is actually going to help you understand the electrical, why the peak rates change, okay? So see, before I was saying that the base load in Ontario is coming from nuclear, hydroelectric, right? The plasma TV, you've got everything worked out, so. But when Darren gets home and turns things on, he's generating less peak. His air conditioner's drawing less electricity. And now we're at the point with these smart meters where you're going to benefit.
Yeah, because grid, I'm not driving the grid up.
Right, but before, you would be paying that money to save electricity and you weren't getting credit for it. Now with the smart meter, all you other guys are going to be paying twice as much. Okay? And that's the top part of this curve, because the utilities have to create enough capacity to satisfy everybody's needs at that one peak usage. And that's why they have to charge a lot of money to get there. But one of the strategies for getting off that would be to have a gas dryer. One of the other ways of saving a lot of electricity, and it's on the list, would be to have a gas stove. Gas, which is a stable rate.
What about the carbon monoxide?
What's that?
The gas stove gives up all that carbon monoxide. You have to make sure the fan.
The cooking? Yeah, that's why you need to have an exhaust
Yeah,
fan, yeah.
that could be very dangerous.
It hasn't been proven to be dangerous yet.
So you recommend gas dryer as well for your clothes?
If I could have one in my house, I'd have one, but I'm in a townhouse, and I just can't get the vent to go that far.
But if we go to the front loader,
Well, the thing that
That was-
saves the most money is the front-loading washer.
okay.
And again, if you look on it, there's Energuide scales, and the last bit of information I didn't tell you is you really have an Energuide rating on your house. Energy Star is an Energuide 80. Okay? So on a scale from 0 to 100, you've got an 80. 100 is an off-grid house. 100 is the house that has the roof covered with PV panels to generate the electricity.
You said there's some type of label on the house. Where's the label?
It's going to go on the panel over there.
Oh,
You're going to put that on there?
So at closing, Sherry or somebody else from Baywood is going to present you with the certificate,
oh,
and you're going to get a label that gets permanently affixed to the box.
oh, okay.
Okay? And the other good news is that CMHC recognizes this, so if you have CMHC mortgage insurance, you actually get a 10% rebate.
Yeah, we got our,
That's good. Do you mind me asking how much it was?
we got my $400.
That's good. CMHC is recognizing that you're a better risk because you have an Energy Star house. There's less chance you're going to default on your mortgage. Right? And so it's totally dependent on the 10% is of the mortgage insurance you have, so it's totally dependent on the amount of the mortgage. Right? Heart's the furnace. The HRV is the lungs. The filter system is the kidneys. So every 3 months, you're changing the kidneys in your furnace.
Actually cleans the blood.
Yeah, yeah, it cleans the blood, yeah.
But I thought the HRV has a filter in it also, so why
It
do you
does.
want to clean yours?
So does anybody want to see that?
Sure.
There's one right in there.
Oh, I believe you.
You gotta get it off. So that door comes off, see that? And the filters are right here. Look at that. Okay, so that's the one bringing the fresh air in from outside. And that's gonna be covered with bugs and everything. So what do you do with this? You vacuum it out. You're not bothered by bugs, are you?
Yeah. You
Okay.
vacuum it or wash it out?
I usually vacuum it and then I wash it, because you don't want all that gunk. But there's two of them. Can you see that? And all the instructions are actually on the front of it. So the core itself,
It's doing the job.
everything's kind of okay. So that one's pretty dirty too. And once a year, so the instructions are on here. So you're cleaning these every 3 months, and you're going to take this out once a year. Okay, and this is a high efficiency HRV. Look how big this core is. It's huge. So it's reclaiming almost 80% of the heat out of the air before it sends it outside. But you can see how it's starting to get a little dirty from all the construction dust.
And how do you
So
clean
what do you
it
do
out?
with that?
You put it in a laundry tub in dishwashing liquid, and you soak it, right? And then just wash it out with a hose.
Then you dry it off outside or something? Or
Wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. Okay?
you dry it off before you put it back?
No, it's got air running through it, so it'll actually dry off itself.
Okay.
And
Same
it's,
thing with the filter.
if it was wet, see, it's just going to go into the condensate drain. Okay, and so the other filter that Darren was talking about is, I didn't actually put a filter rack in here.
What are you saying there, John?
Man, everything is like, there you go, not cooperating. Okay, so there's a filter inside here. So this is a 1-inch filter that's got to be changed or cleaned. And the guys have got screws keeping me from getting it out. Can everybody see that though?
Yeah.
It's got to be unscrewed before you can pull it out?
No, the sheet metal guys, when they installed it, they got screws in there so they can't get it out. Okay. So, but you can see the circuit board. So that's a pretty fancy computer in there. All this ductwork seal means that normal duct leakage is about 30 or 40%. You guys are going to be about 15. So it means you'll have more air conditioning, everything.